Welcome to online Six Sigma certifications. We are on the topic Measure Phase, Minitab Basics. In this video, we will cover Minitab file types, data types in Minitab, distinguishing features of Minitab, Minitab key menus. When we open Minitab 18, we will see a window like this, and if we open Minitab 19, we will see a window like this. But we will continue with Minitab 18 in this video. Minitab file types. There are two types of Minitab files: star.mtw Minitab worksheet file, star.mpj Minitab project file. Star.mtw or Minitab worksheet file is basically for data collection and transfer of data from one source to destination. This is why this file is very small, typically from 5 KB to 10 KB. But at the same time, it can't retain any other information other than data, and therefore its use is limited to the collection of data and retention of data. When we go to star.mpj Minitab project file, it is used for managing entire project history. It retains all data, various data files, analysis, commands, even the report that we want to carry with the project. Data types in Minitab. Minitab has three data types: numeric, text, and date time. We will learn this by a practical example. So let us take in column C13 a numeric data type, a text data type in C14, a date type in C15, a time type in C16. So when I enter a number 22, this column becomes a numeric column. So if I keep on entering any number, it will accept numbers. But when I try to enter a text, say A, it will not allow. It is saying A is not a valid numerical value, and so please do not enter. So Minitab controls the date if it qualifies one column as one data type. Whereas if I enter subject, it has become text. You can see C14 is suffixed by T, indicating its text type. So if I put maths, if I put physics, this is taking text. Now let me see, does it take a number? Yes, it does. It does, because it allows all numbers are text. At the same time, it is showing me something called missing data, and it writes in text the data is missing. While if I enter data in I do not enter data in numeric and I try to enter data here, you will see it is showing me stars. Again, it means missing data. We go to date. In date, we write 24 March 20. You see what happens to C15? We get an added suffix of D. We enter time in C16, 12 noon. So what we get is C16 suffix D, which means Minitab is not able to distinguish between date and time. So the three types of data that Minitab has is numeric, text, and date time. Now we'll learn about certain distinguishing features of Minitab. First is windows, four types of windows. The first type of window is called as data window, where we enter data. This window has data. Then the second window is session window, where the outputs of statistical analysis are stored. There is nothing there because we have not done any statistical analysis. So let us do some statistical analysis. Stat, basic statistics, display descriptive statistics. We go to wall dia and click OK. We get the statistics of wall dia and mean, standard deviation, minimum value. So output of entire statistical analysis is going in this window. This is called session window. The third window at the bottom is called as project manager window. We can navigate to this window using these symbols. So if you click on show session folder and click on this, your session folder comes on right and your project manager comes on left. The second is if I click on worksheet folder, my worksheet comes on the right and my project manager comes on the left. But you see the third symbol, which is called a show graphs folder, is not there, is not active there. So why it is not active? Because I don't have a graph. So I go to graph, I build a graph of histogram, click OK, take ball dia and make histogram. As soon as I make a histogram, this window or symbol becomes active. If I click on this, this comes on the right and project manager comes on the left. So there are 4 windows in Minitab: data window, session window, project manager window, which are always there, and graph window, which comes as and when you make it. So we learnt about 4 window types and the navigation from window to window. Now we will learn about some unique characteristics that Minitab worksheet has. You see one extra row which is not there in Excel or Google Sheet, which is not numbered, which is used for titling. The other feature is this entry direction, which is showing top to down arrow, which means if I press enter, it is going down. If I change this direction to right, it will go to right. Very unique feature of Minitab, which is data entry direction. Now we'll learn about how the brushing happens. So we'll go to stat, we'll go to control charts, we'll go to control chart for individual values, we go to ball dia and click OK. You see there is a control chart made, and now I want to check what are these numbers which are showing me outlier. So I'll just click on something called this symbol, which is called as select data points. So when I click on make a box around it, it is called, I get the rows in which these points are. I can go here, I can go down, I can go more down, more down, more down, more down, more down, and I see up. I see in 228 there is a dot which indicates this is a special point which I have brushed. This is called brushing in Minitab. Now we'll learn what is called as reporting. You go and see this symbol is called report pad. If I click on this and I want to make a report, how do I make a report? I say I want histogram. So I write histogram and I go back to histogram and I want to append it to my report. I just right click on this and say append graph to report pad. And I go back to my report pad and see that this graph gets appended. I can also copy some data from here. If I copy this data and copy here, I can go back to my report and copy this data about ball dia. So you can keep on making report and then save this report. Right click on report pad and make to word processor, and you can actually save this as a Word file. So you don't have to carry Minitab for carrying your report, and you can keep on saving the report outside the Minitab. Very interesting feature, which is reporting. Now we will learn about information and history commands. You see I here. If you click on I, you get information about the data. So I get what is the name of my data, what is the column in which it is kept, how many data points I have collected. If there is any missing data, we saw the missing data in our numeric data and text data. It also tells me what are the type of data, numeric, text or date time. So it gives me information. Another thing is history. If I click on show history, it tells me what all commands I had used and hence helps me to retain what analysis I had done. So these are the key features, distinguishing features of Minitab. Very interesting to learn. So now we will learn about what are the key menus. These are the menus which are also there in the Microsoft Excel, like file, edit, data, tools, help, assistant, and has almost similar work what it does in Microsoft Excel. But some unique menus, which is calc, stat, graph and editor, which is different from normal Excel. So if we want to see calc, if you go and see calc, in the calculator you will see various distributions, some pattern data can be made, some random data can be generated. So calculations can be done using calc. Stat is the richest window in which have all the statistical analysis, which is basic statistics, where we do all the fundamental analysis and hypothesis test, regression analysis, even DOE, which is design of experiments. We can make control charts using this. There are all quality tools like run chart, Pareto chart, cause and effect diagram. So there are several statistical tools which are repository here. There is list of graphs which it can make, and you can actually make several advanced graphs using this menu, graph menu. The editor menu is something which becomes active when we want to analyze some graph. So let us say we go to editor and this graph is active. No, we will make this graph active and then see this, we can actually make graph analysis using editor. So these were the key menus which we briefly understood. Thank you very much for testing your knowledge on this video, or for Six Sigma certification, visit our website www.qultima.org.